Hello everyone, I'm lowieCOOL and welcome to the 11th episode of Transport Fever 2. In today's episode, we are going to be doing probably some complicated things because I want to get a Thrapson and Kirk by Moorside finally hooked up with their fuel they want. They want about 200, they also want 100. So I thought about transporting it from here earlier, but that's quite far and I just don't want to bother with that. Now, there is also a fuel refinery right here, so it's quite complicated, but hear me out. We have an oil well right here and a fuel refinery right here. What if we bump up the capacity of the production of the fuel refinery to way up, then we transport that fuel, no, the oil, the refined oil, to Swaffham. We set it on a train to Kirk by Moorside, that then gets transported to the fuel refinery, gets transported back and distributed throughout Kirk by Moorside, but it also gets, using the same train that brought the refined oil to Kirk by Moorside, brought to Thrapson. It's a whole process, but I definitely think it's doable. So, at first, we'll have to see at what kind of rate is for these two lines. So we'll take a look at our lines. We'll toggle the eye so we can only see the lines that we are here. So currently, it seems like we have a few of the wrong vehicles on here. Well, that's something we'll fix later. But at first I want to greatly increase this rate to about 6 to 7 to even 800 maybe. So why don't we go ahead, click on here, so we go to the vehicles, and then we also select the eye, so it's a little bit easier. Which line is it? It's this one, and then we clone. Yes. And I'm guessing that, yes, it's not enough yet, so we'll clone, we'll select 10 more, like that, and then clone some more. That brings us to 730, so yes, that's good. I'm happy with that. So now we want a line between the fuel refinery, no, the oil refinery and the station. Now, I'm thinking that because, no, I think we can just deliver it right here. In Swaffham Annex, so we'll create that line, new line, from here to here. And then we'll have to make sure that it's on the correct platform. So currently it's the same as the orange line, which isn't the inbound line, so we want it on the other platform. Okay, that's awesome. Then what we want to do is make it so that it's a little bit shorter for the vehicles, which means we have to get less vehicles. We'll also not forget to name the line, so let's see about connecting that up. We'll get a curved road like that. All of the vehicles are going out of the depot. That's about every single one. We'll have to get some more soon, but there's no worries on the money front. We're rolling in it. But we have that ready to go, except for maybe let's see, let's get another terminal, configure, so which line? So on platform 1, so we probably want it on the left side. So we'll go for cargo and we'll extend this platform a little bit. Like this, so it's quite long, maybe one more even. And then when we go to configure it, we want this to be terminal 3. And then we'll rename it right away. So this is road cargo and it's in Swaffham. And it's oil to train. Okay, we'll get the vehicles on there when that's ready to go. Then we need a train line, so we'll create a new one from Swaffham right here. And then let's see, we'll first have to select the other stations, which we can't yet because Kirk by Moorside doesn't have. Wow, Kirk by Moorside doesn't have a cargo train station. That's interesting. Anyways, we'll have to do it by configuring. You know what? No, but we'll configure it to house cargo. So we want platforms, cargo, and then we'll just get. We'll extend it to be longer on this side. So how long do we want it to be? I think it's 8 platforms long, our normal stations, so that's also what we are going to get this one to be. And then lastly, we can't forget about our cargo building, so let's see. Can we fit in the large one? We cannot, so we'll go for the medium main building and then maybe some medium side buildings like that. Okay, that's pretty nice. Now we do also need a cargo hub kind of station here, so we'll get that as well as our buildings, of course. And then I'm debating on just doing it nice and big here. It will remove lots of houses, which is kind of a bummer. On the other hand, we could just place it, if we rotate it the correct way, then we could place it right here. Also a possibility, and I think I might just do that. So let's see, cargo platforms. We'll extend these a lot. And I'm hoping that... How far can I bring this? So that might be a delivery sort of platform. Okay, that's pretty nice. Now a few more last things we might want to do is set up the lines. So we want to add a station after Swaffham, which is the cargo. And yes, it's going to complain that it's not connected, so we'll have to do that as well. Okay, we finally got our double switch in, and then I'm going to make sure that we hook in before... Oh, that's great, we can't. Oh, we just about can, that's awesome. So then we'll put this in like that. Okay, so this is now all hooked up. Okay, that's great. So now there shouldn't be any problems. There aren't. And then lastly, I also want you to go to Swaffham. Okay, great. So after you go to Swaffham, pick up your oil, you go to Kirk by Moorside, drop it off, pick up some refined oil for Thrapston, and then return back and do it all again. So we'll also set that to be done. So load not crude oil, normal oil, then unload that same thing and load up on fuel, and then you can unload your fuel. Okay, so that's train cargo, and it's the Kirk by Moore side. More sides, and then it's fuel production. Okay, then I believe that we have to set up cargo distribution. We haven't. Okay, that's definitely something we also want to do in today's episode, because we're delivering, I mean, we should be delivering machines, or tools, from Skelton and Cleveland, but there's nowhere to go. And then I think we might also want to set up, yes, a loop for the cargo to be distributed, and then also, let's not forget, we actually have quite a lot to do still. Well, this is kind of a wonky road, so we'll demolish all of it, grab our roads, and then one nice and straight line, which, I mean, we could even have it be pretty close to the town, like that, and then we'll extend the platforms, because why not? Okay, now let's also create the line and set up kind of the level. So we want you to go between these two, and then it's Gurk. Oh, first road cargo, Gurk by more side, and then it's fuel. I mean, also production, I guess. Production. We'll just call it fuel. Okay. Let's see, do we also need to set up the eye and then fuel to set up what we want to pick up? So we want to load up on oil and unloads fuel, and then the reverse can be true for the other stop. So we want to load up on oil, fuel, and drop that. Okay, that's awesome. Now we also do want to set up cargo loops in both of these towns, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's see, can I, when I build, yes, I can see where we want it to be dropped off. So Kirk by Moorside is very big actually, so we want it to be kind of right here a stop, then we want one here. Looks like we want one here, one here, and then I believe that's gets one to finish it off right there. Just making sure it gets delivered everywhere. Okay, and then we'll soon create that loop. Now, same is true for Thrapston. Let's see, we honestly should have one right here on the main road, and then I guess one more here. I would say here, but I'm not going to do that because I want, and let's get a 30-meter length for both of them. I want this to be placed here. And yes, this is going to demolish some buildings, but I don't think there's any way around doing it. Okay, let's do it right there. We have the money to demolish the buildings, that's fine. And then once again we need a line. So from here, and then let's see, where did we place down the cargo stops? I believe it was both of those places. So that's road, cargo, and then it's Brabston. And then it's also a loop, but this is for the cargo loop, so we'll also just call it a loop. We can see which one it is by the prefix. Okay, has that done? Okay, yes, and then one more line here in Kirk by Moor side. We want it here, which, let's see, we want it to go right here, here, around to there, and then go back. Okay, that's awesome. Let's also name it. Okay, so I believe that now we've got all of the lines created. Now the only thing we need is vehicles. So let's see. We will go to the vehicle manager, and then let's see, cargo, which is, I believe this is the best vehicle we can use for this. So we'll get, how much would 20 do for us? What color is that? That's a nice blue. So we'll get it on the line. And then I believe that we'll have to take a look at our rates. So that's 204. Kind of want it to be a little bit more than that, so we'll clone about 10 of the vehicles. Clone. Okay, that should be about 300, and that is the case, so that's pretty good. And I think that we might maybe are going to have a problem with the amount of vehicles coming in and out of the station. We'll have to see, but I don't have a good eye on this. Anyways, now we need a train, which we'll do in the train depot we have right here. And we'll need the locomotive first. Now, how fast can these cargo wagons go? 80 kilometers. So there is no reason to go for the A35 over the BR75 something something. Oh no, there is. It has way more power and tractive effort. Speed is kind of going to go to waste, but wait. Well, we'll see about that. We'll first get the wagons, because we want capacity of 300. No, do we? Do we want a capacity of 300? I mean, I'm thinking about 200 at least. So let's see. How would this train perform? Mediocre. Yeah. So let's not. Okay. Can I go to. Can I see my locomotive, please? Okay, we'll remove the locomotive, we'll get this one, and then we'll get our tank cars back to 200 capacity. So that's also mediocre, but it's way faster. So we'll buy that. It's an expensive train, but I believe which line do we want it on? It's train cargo fuel distribution is purple, so we'll color it at that. And then I believe we just need this, and then the vehicles for the loops. So we'll go to their respective depots. So this one is right here. And once again, I believe we have to go for the Benz tarpaulin truck. Leave another 20. Okay, color them Don't know what that color is, but it's something. And then how is the rate on that? You want it again to be about 300. No, I've made a mistake. No, we want it to be 300, yes. So let's see, that's 175. So we definitely want to clone that some more. Once again, we'll select 10 of them. So that's 322. That's fine. We can have some extra. Then Kirk by Moore side, that's 200 about we want for the distribution of that, because we're doing the bread. The bread has their own line, and we actually want to also replace these wagons because they're still horse and carts, and we've moved on from that now. We've kind of moved on from that. I believe these lines are still making money though. So yeah, they are. I mean, they're not earning immense amounts, but I believe that it's some money. Actually, how are we in terms of our balance? Oh, we have lots of trains losing, but also lots of things making money. Anyways, that's not what we are looking for. We are going to have to buy vehicles for the distribution, which we want. I'm going to go for 10. What kind of rates would we get from 10? Let's see. Crabston Loop, 273. Is that enough, is the question. That is enough, yes. And then Kirk by Moore side, that's about 200 we want in terms of rates. So once again, about 15 vehicles for this one. And the color is this weirdish green. So how is that rates? Let's see, 233, that's also enough. So then I believe that there should now be some fuel being transported to here, which is our train even coming in. Where is our train line? Grafton fuel. Let's see where our train is. We'll also speed the game up a little bit again. Get everything rolling. And if you're enjoying the video, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want more. I would really appreciate that. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, you would pick up oil, but it's not getting delivered. Kind of isn't. So we'll go ahead to consumers. Okay, so some is getting produced, looks like. I'm hoping that it just has to kick in. And that we are going to be producing more. This currently looks like that's not going to be the case. Oh, and it looks like there is fuel being transported, so that's a good sign in general. Now, I'm guessing that the next run of the train is going to be very full. Oh, and we've got a new... Ooh, we've got a plane now. That's epic. We can build airports now. They're quite expensive, but they do look epic. In ways I don't think we're in the plane business as of yet. We might in the future though. I'm sure we will. Okay, so it's picked up its first load. It's only 4, but I'm sure the next one will be more full. And look at that, another brick delivery. That's going to be lots of money. Oh yes, 5 million. That's what we want. Should increase our profits on that line. Oh yes, it does. Okay, so okay, so now there is also tools getting transported to the station, so that's going to get delivered to Thrapston, which is good because then it will be growing, which it's actually fairly big for how little we're delivering to it. And then Covered by Moorside is just massive, which, speaking of, I think we want to replace these horse and carts. And then, are there any other towns that want bread? No, there aren't, but okay. I was saying we might want to also deliver that to somewhere else, but I mean, we've kind of done all of these towns. Only thing, yeah, we've done machines. Wait, yeah, apparently we're doing machines there. I mean, we're kind of supplying everything to all of these towns, including Swaffham. So, I think after this episode, we're going to branch out to some other towns, maybe Ackley's, which wants bread, Longport, Swaffham can maybe go to Chickerell, which also want machines and bread, and then that can even extend to Market Ransom, which wants the same. So that's not for today though. Today we want to improve upon what we already have, and that includes preparing to export bread, and thus also improving these lines, because let's say these vehicles aren't very great, so they can't be transported by the Benz truck, so with side stakes, that is, this one can do, and then this one can also be replaced with the same, and same for the third one. Okay, so how are our rates on these 3 lines? Let's see, so that's about equal, which is good. It's what we want. And I'm even kind of thinking of maybe increasing the amount of vehicles we have. So why don't we clone 5 of these to bring it up to 30, this to 50. No, not clone all, that wouldn't be very great. And then this one can be, oh, we've still got to do this, which, no, let's also not clone all of them. Maybe also 5. Then how are the rates on these? They are still about equal, yes, that's great. But it looks like we're getting kind of a backlog. Now that might be because we've got new vehicles. Kind of hoping that that is. Otherwise we might have to think of something else to deliver the grain, because that can be done in another way. Yeah, so these are currently backing up, that's fine. They should all get spread out as time moves on. Oh, and the counterclockwise loop is... Oh. The station is overloaded. So, is the counterclockwise one the one we have 2 trains on? No, it isn't. Do we have the same amount of people waiting on the other ones? We do, kind of, yes. I mean, I'm assuming the train just left here? No. Well, that's odd, I guess. So it's kind of only incurred by Motorside, and I don't think that warrants another train to be bought. How is it here? Yeah, it's not really necessary. Oh, and look at the machines that are at the station. I mean, it's only 41. I kind of expected more seeing this amount of signs, but so be it. Now, I'm going to take a look at our vehicles, because if we have any more horse and carts, I do want to get rid of those. So it looks like, we've got a crocodile. Our first electric train. That's nice. It goes pretty slow though, so not sure what to think of it. There's also a new passenger wagon for the trains, and let's see, are these still? Yes, these are still horse and carts. But I think that, oh no, we have some more here, stagecoaches. These are, yes, these are new ones. So Thrapston loop can be replaced, so we'll go to that line, manage vehicles, and then we'll replace everything with, what do we currently have? We have a stagecoach, so that's passengers, and then, oh, that's also a new one we got. I mean, let's try 10, but I'm kind of keen to get rid of a few of them, because that's kind of too much. Well, doesn't matter. We'll get this line, so that's, what is that? Skeleton in Cleveland loop. We'll also replace those with the same. And then lastly, I believe we got one more. Inner and logistical planks. So where is that? Inner and, oh, well, toggle the eye. So that's all Swatham, Inner and Lasco. Nope. Inner and Lasco passenger, so cargo. Planks. Are you still? Yes, you are. You are, I believe, wood transport. So we'll have to get this one for you. And then does this one need to be replaced? It does. We'll get the same one. Okay. And I believe then that's everything we've got in terms of everything gone in terms of horse and carts, which is awesome. We don't have to see those ever again, I'm hoping. I don't even think we can still buy those. Can we? We can. Yes, we do. We're still able to buy the flatbeds and the covered holes. But I think we've accomplished quite a lot. Before we close up the episode, let's take a final look at these lines, because there is some fuel waiting, and as the train comes in, it's not a lot, it's just one, but it's some. Oh, and it looks like there is some being dropped off. It's not a full load at all. There's only 27 that has been used in terms of capacity, but it's certainly more than nothing. Okay, so that's one fuel being delivered to Thrapston, that's good, but is there more fuel here? It's only 20 again. Is it because it's not being transported enough? No. Or is the capacity? It's shipping 800, and we're only shipping away 250 max, I believe. Oh, no. Oh, I see the problem. We're doing as much as we can, but we've got to upgrade these road vehicles, I believe. So we'll go to this, and then what's this line? Let's see, toggle the eye again. Okay, replace all of these with, I mean, we've got to be able to carry crude oil, so these. But now we should be able to transport a little bit more to here, because I believe that we were just not. Yeah, we had 0 storage. Yeah, we were limited by our inbounds. Oh wow, that's not what I was expecting. Well, in the meantime, we'll also expand this platform a little bit, because it seems like we might have been limited by that as well. Is that possible? Yes. No, none of you are filled. Are you filling up? Yes. No. Okay, so you are all filling up. That's great. Okay. Okay, so consumption is going up. That should mean that production is going up, I guess. Yeah, we're transporting more, which is great. Let's also take a look, because if we have too many vehicles now. Oh, we've got another new plane. That's nice. Yeah, we've got too many vehicles now, so we'll pin this, and then we can get rid of a few, because with the new ones we have too many. We can only transport 800, so maybe 3 more we sell. We'll keep it a little bit too much. We want to transport as much as possible. Oh, why is the shipment only 800? Well, I wouldn't know. Maybe the max capacity of one of these is 800. Okay, so this is what I was feared about, is that, yeah, these are just waiting to for each other to go. So what I'm going to do to solve this is I'm going to let's see. I want to just get 2 drop-offs. Then go to our lines. Food 1, I want after Cockshell West. I want you to go there instead. And then, I mean, what if? So let's pause the game. If I would say street here, both sides, I want you to do that. Is that both still connected? Yes. That's both still connected to the food processing plant. So then what I want to do is add a station right here. And the same for the other one. No, not a new line. And then I want to get another road here with a waypoint. No, you know what? Let's remove one of them, and then I'm going to see if that's still connected. If I... No. It's not, so I have to move it a little bit back. Okay, so we'll try that again. Okay, so that is connected. So then what we can do is the blue line we can have go there. Then I'm going to do the same for the other one. So we'll get a street and then maybe even link it like that. Building like right there. And that should have automatically picked that as a station, yes. So now everything should get dropped off right here instead. Right here and here, and then that should get rid of the clog up right here. Just making sure we're doing everything as efficiently as possible. And these are waiting right here now, but that should get resolved because they won't cross over anymore when they are coming from this side, which is the problem in the first place we had here, that they were crossing over. And oh, look at that, we've got more than one fuel now. And there's a train coming in with 47, that's a little bit more than we had. Oh, and look at that, what a big building. 16 residents. Yeah, so both of these towns are booming. Same for this one. Quite a few big residential buildings. But I think that these are big. That's where I'm going to leave it for now. We've accomplished quite a lot. We've gotten rid of all the horse and carts. And we've set up a line for fuel to work by motorcycle, and look at that. We've even got 38, no, that's not as much as I thought. We've got a bit of fuel right here. Oh, I'm just thinking of something. I might want to change this to the other terminal. Yes, okay. That's great. What we want to see. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode of Transport Fevers 2.